Hello everyone, Snipman, and I'm going to talk about the Devolver Digital E3 press conference that they had. And this, I never heard of Devolver Digital, and I never saw I didn't know they had one apparently they had one last year, and I guess maybe years before, I don't know. But I never heard of them, and I never heard their E3 press conferences or anything they do, so this was kind of cool to see, because this one, it was short. It was just like 20 minutes, but it was hilarious. This was probably like my favorite show so far, just because of the way it is. Like, I think it's like a pre-recorded thing, but it's live stream because that's obviously a paid stage audience for sure. And then this guy is like some bullshit, which I guess this is purposely garbage, because I think this was like the most. When I first started this, I was like, what? I was kind of bored. But then you'll probably see here in a few minutes, or a couple minutes, this bitch comes out and just fucking gets him out of here, and it's pretty hilarious. And then she did it, whoever the woman is, did a great job. It was hilarious. This whole thing, like, it was a satire on the press conference and certain things, and then they touch on they touch on loot boxes and cryptocurrency. And they combine the two and be like, you can go buy this coin online. I'm not here to like try to reenact the whole thing, because I'll probably link it in the description, as well as just because this one's, I feel like this is so underappreciated, this conference. But also, I didn't get to do a live reaction to this one because I didn't know it existed. But dude, I would probably I would have been pretty rich, because I had no idea what I was in for. I thought this was like supposed to be a more serious thing. And the moment I came into was when she was there talking about the loot boxes and cryptocurrency, and she was holding the coin they were selling online. They're fucking around, and she's like, "Go buy this coin that's in my motherfucking hand." And it's like, damn, dude, that's the first thing I fucking heard from this thing. And I was like, wait, what? What is this? So I was really happy, actually. I was hooked, so I had to watch all that. It was great. Like, this whole thing was hilarious. So, yeah, definitely a fan of Devolver's Digital at the moment. And the games look, interesting. Like, Scum was the first thing they showed. And yeah, that looked pretty cool, actually. I don't know. It's kind of like it looked like more like a Rust type deal game or so. To multiplayer, of course. Like, multiplayer is like huge right now. It's like crazy. But Scum looked decent, and the first thing they showed is some dude like taking a shit. So it actually looked pretty badass. So, and I guess it said season 2, so I don't know if this already exists yet. But yeah, I wrote down a beautiful satire. Like, this whole conference is delicious. And then my friend Pero was the next game they showed. They only showed like 3 games with kind of a 4th one teased, so that's interesting. But anyway, my friend Pero, which is a 2D side-scroller, like, not side-scroller, but, well, it is, but it has an art style. And then it's just shoot it. Like, you shoot shit and you do slow motion. I guess comparable to Fear, anyway. But it looked kind of cool. And then there's a joke about like GIFs and GIFs, which was pretty good. Also, there's like violence in this thing and blood. I was like really surprised about that too. Like, this was just kind of like a whole like act and play. It's so different, It's a lot more entertaining than the other press conferences, which, it's not very. Of course, that's not professional, but it's fucking amazing. Like, that's the way it should be. Like, fuck the boring shit, you know. Microsoft kind of had a good balance, but, you know, hopefully Sony will do good. But I mean, EA was an example of press con. Like, yeah, see, taking shit. That's just great. But yeah, so that's Scum. That looks pretty interesting. And this was like, fuck. Oh my gosh, it's kind of brutal. I wish that axe just landed on him. That would have been fun. Alright. So after that, they announced Mega Wolf Chaos XD, which I have no idea what that is. I guess it was an old game that they're porting over, updating. I'm really confused on what that was. I think that was a deluxe version of an old game from 2004, they were saying, so I don't know. Or it's a new game. It looked kind of interesting. It was weird. A wolf in the White House or something, but a robot wolf. I don't know. Fucking weird. But whatever. And then they closed it with a slow video. And they had like they had talking in a skit and parody and stuff. And that was like most of the show, honestly. And it was funny, but to be fair, there's not many games. And then they teased with kind of a stupid teaser, to be honest. And it looked like it was like they were making a robot of some this bitch. And so, otherwise, yeah, it was a funny fucking show. But it's 3 neat games, or 4. And but at the end of the day, that's it. That's all they had. It was 3 games and a teaser for, like, a small teaser for something they're gonna do, and it was a 2 continued bullshit. So I guess out of 10, I mean, just because of how funny this one was, I'm feeling a 7 on this one. Mostly just because at the end of the day, it was only 3 games and they looked just okay. Like, they looked good, but not super good. So yeah, I mean, but this was just so funny. I really enjoyed it. But so yeah, I'm good with a 7 out of 10 on this one too. Yeah, because it was really funny and the games looked okay. So anyway, that's all for Devolver Digital. So yeah, next I'll be talking about Square Enix, actually. So, and then Ubisoft, which I probably won't have live reactions for because I have finals, but I would have otherwise. But it's not really that big a deal. So, but I like making the discussion, discussing the stuff. I think it's pretty fun. So I'll have that, and then of course Sony's tonight. So. Alrighty then.